adjustments to those? No. All those in favor? All those opposed? Anybody abstaining? Nope. And for the December 11th, 2025 regular school board meeting minutes.
Second.
Any adjustments? Omissions, deletions, anything? Nope. All those in favor? teacher, Spruce Mountain Primary. Discussion. Phoebe. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Accept a motion to accept the resignation of Darren Allen, special education teacher, Spruce Mountain High School. Discussion? Phoebe. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. No public comment. Board comments. Mason?
So, first off, the high school next couple weeks are starting their second semester. So, good luck to all of the students on their midterms, and wishing you luck into your second semester. And on to sports now. So, our girls varsity team has had a successful season. They are currently 9-0, and our boys varsity has had 6 wins and 2 losses this season, and with the boys JV team having 2 wins and 6 losses. Last Friday, the robotics team came into the high school over break and assembled 150 Lego sets for the middle school Lego League state competition that will be hosted here at the high school on February 7th, with over 100 students from all around the state attending here at the high school.
Questions for Mason? Thank you, Mason.
Thank you.
Other board comments? Scott?
Good evening. I'll try to make it through this without coughing all over the place. I was able to read to a second grade classroom and a kindergarten classroom just before break. I also was able to build gingerbread houses with Mrs. Cuthbertson's class just before break as well. Attended the district-wide safety meeting. Wayne Neal and I met with Toby Kanovich to discuss a boundary line at the primary school. Also had a negotiation session with the teachers and ed techs about Maine's paid family medical leave, and I've also had negotiation sessions with the administrators as well.
Questions for Scott? Patrick?
Good evening. So I finally get to give some good, no, I always try to give good news, but
environmental changes. That means anytime a student needs to be removed from the class, the Dean of Students has to go and support. So 56 incidents of that, and 3 in-school suspensions, and 3 out-of-school suspensions, which I need to add to that more. For academic, we have our winter testing beginning on the 20th. We are really excited to see the growth from the fall to the winter, especially with the new ELA program. We have some staff professional development updates. I attended probably the best training I've ever had in all of my years for regulated classroom. 7 of us were trained in regulated classroom, and we are hopefully going to have the rest of the staff trained for free by the Department of Education. And it was just a wonderful day to show staff how they can become regulated with their students and do fun things. We want these kids to come to school, want to come to school, and be doing some fun things. So today at the staff meeting, we did one of the exercises that they do with rhythm sticks and music, and it was just really nice to see the staff even just kind of let loose and become, fun and have fun with each other, and know that they can do those things in their classroom and take a break for a minute from math, from reading, from writing, and get up and dance and create rhythm and just do all those fun things with their kids. Next week, the Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports team are attending a 2-day training in Bangor as part of the State of Maine cohort, which we became a part of this year. It's a 3-year initiative. We had our school-wide positive behavior celebration with the gingerbread jamboree. Thanks to Dawn for coming and playing Santa. That was really fun. It was great. And then Kathy Bilodeau played our gingerbread man. He made her dance a lot. She can floss. She can floss well. And they passed out candy canes. It was really great. So the kids had a lot of fun. As far as safety and facilities, we had our first lockdown drill this year, and that went very well. We had any safety concerns were addressed at that safety meeting, and are going to be addressed by the maintenance team that needs to be. I think we just needed to add a night lock to the office, but everything else was great. For community engagement initiatives, we had our ornament night in December with a great turnout. The staff would read aloud a Christmas book. Kids got to make an ornament, and then they got to go have cookies and milk with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Again, the staff volunteer their time to either stay late after school or come back, and they don't have to do these things, but just they have such a passion for our kids, and they want to see their kids having fun. So a huge thank you to the staff, because we wouldn't be able to do these family nights and get those families into our buildings and just seeing each other as a community and being families without them doing those things. Over the break, we set up 2 days for families to come in and get food bags from our food pantry. We know that vacation can be hard for families. We emptied about 5 shopping carts full of food bags for them, so that was really great. On another note, our site coordinator for the food pantry has resigned, so we are currently looking for a site coordinator if anybody is interested. So far, right now, the Dean of Students is taking it over to make sure that it continues, because it is a huge need in our community. Some families rely on that for the weekend, so it's really important. We received an outdoor learning grant, which will be used for things like rain boots. Last year we got this grant and ordered composters and raised beds, so now we need to order the soil and the seeds and all those things that we need to grow. And just a note of how amazing this community is and supports our school and our students. We had Franklin Savings Bank give us a generous donation for our food pantry, as well as the Chamber of Commerce. And Gigi's provided many gifts for students in need right before Christmas. And we just have such a wonderful community, and they wouldn't have been able to have the Christmas that they did without it. So a huge thank you to them. Questions?
Could you have somebody put together just a list of duties for the site coordinator so we can put that out
Absolutely.
on the website?
Absolutely.
We can get that out there.
I can do that.
Any other questions for Darcy?
I know it's about 2 hours a week of a job, but yeah.
Elaine?
I want to thank you as an administrator, having been that teacher before Christmas, for taking duties
Yeah.
for you and your assistant. It's very meaningful, and I know the staff appreciates it greatly. You don't have to, many wouldn't, thumbs up.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we appreciate them, so.
So my niece goes to the school, and she came up to me and she said, Auntie, you won't believe where I saw the principal. And she was so excited to see you out there. And anytime she sees you, she gets so excited
Yeah.
because she says you're so much fun to be around. And she speaks volumes about the teachers as well. But I, I was very pleased that she knew your name. She could describe you directly. And I was like, that is so cute. So I wanted to make sure
Thank
I let
you.
you know that students do see you. They recognize you and the staff members as well, of course. But that's exactly what our community needs is the involvement of the administrators with the staff, with the kids. So thank you.
Thank you.
TJ.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go through the enrollment for the high school. Right now is 417. We did have some unenrolled students. We had 3 of them this quarter. 2 went to adult ed, and 1 moved out of district, went to another school. I'd like to go over our disciplinary stats right now. So last year during quarter 2, we had a total of 45 suspensions. This year in quarter 2, we had 11 suspensions. I will say our staff and our students, specifically our students, have just been so kind and willing to work with people, and it's been a good quarter. The cell phone, it might be a little different though. So there might be some growing pains for the cell phones. So be prepared for that. Quarter 2 attendance, we are down to 12% compared to last quarters was, I believe it was 18%. So we've gone down on that too. High school, again, I tried to explain it to you last time. It's a little different because we have 4 classes every day, and we count every class as an absence. So it's not always the whole day. So it's a little bit more difficult, but we're doing a lot better. Our kids are coming to school more. It's been very nice. I want to go over some of the offerings that we've had over this past quarter. We had a bunch of field trips going out for our guidance department, had taken kids to Husson, UMaine, Thomas College, KVCC, and USM and Central Maine Community College this fall. The FAFSA application has already been underway, and we're still working with students as their parents are trying to catch up to the understanding of FAFSA. It's a little different. Every year they change it on us. So I'm very thankful for our guidance counselors to be able to have those meetings with students and with parents. Field trips, we had a field trip, we already started looking at Foster Tech for our sophomores, and they went up, visited. They're getting ready to make their choices. We will have those choices. Usually we get done right around April break. It is a process. Kids have to have a choice on what they want to choose for courses and things like that. Chris Bowden wanted to make sure, let you know that we still test 50 sophomores for the PSATs. Most schools don't do PSATs anymore, and we're still getting about 50 kids to take it, which is pretty cool. And we're going to do the SAT in March. As we suggested in September, the brochures about what the offerings are for our students here at Spruce, that stuff went out to those students. They had multiple conversations with kids about this. It's been a good addition. I want to thank you guys for sharing that information. That would be a helpful way to go about it. Miss Wasakin, who has taught a career exploration course. It's a college course. She's going to teach another one in the next semester, and we're thankful for her to do that. We are partnering with area businesses, agencies, JMG, and churches. They have provided holiday gifts and food baskets for over 100 families. So when you think about what our community gives out to our students. I'm always surprised and just so thankful for it. And the bleacher installations. So that's not going to be until the end of January, hopefully. And it was due to a delivery over the vacation. The people that were bringing them couldn't bring them during the vacation time. So that's where we're at.
TJ, I just want to pass on thanks for recently in November or December, we got some information on extracurricular that included things other than sports.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see this continue
Yeah.
and get more and more.
Yeah.
Great to know about those visitations through the guidance. That's
Yeah.
wonderful to see where kids are having the opportunity to look at other places to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, things like drama, music presentations, math club,
Yeah.
those kinds of things, we need to know about those. And
Yeah.
I thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. The middle school right now, we have an enrollment of 271, and our year-to-date daily attendance average is at 94%. That means on average, we have 254 students attending daily. This is a great number. On December 5th, we entered the first trimester and sent report cards home on December 12th. On December 13th, we had our annual craft fair. We had a successful turnout. We had roughly around 2,000 people that came through, and with over 70 vendors, along with Santa, Mrs. Claus, the Grinch, and we had a bunch of other activities for the kids. On December 19th, we had our Student of the Month Phoenix Award Assembly. We did not have time that day due to early release to recognize our high honor and perfect attendance. So we're going to do that on January 30th at our December Student of the Month in Phoenix Assembly. Next Friday, January 16th, we have our school-wide spelling bee. Right now we have 18 school finalists. The top 3 represent our school on February 11th at the Franklin County Spelling Bee at Mount Blue High School. January 23rd, we'll be sending home trimester 2 progress reports. And on January 26th, we'll be switching our semester exploratories. February 5th, we'll be hosting a parent information and learning night for our school-wide intervention program and explain the how and why we use interventions. And also, we're going to try to incorporate some fun family games for them. The boys' basketball team is 3-3, and the girls' team is currently 6-0. We've had a few games snowed out and may not be rescheduled as we're running out of time at the middle school level. Wrestling signups were today, and their first practice would be just after the basketball season ends. Play auditions have begun this week, and right now we have 45 students participating, and the play this year is going to be Shrek Jr. And so far this year, we've had 20 out-of-school suspensions and 15 in-school suspensions, along with 16 structured days, and we've completed 30 accountability projects this year. Last year at this time, we had 31 out-of-school suspensions and 17 in-school, and last year was a really good year.
Questions for Chris? Thank you. Sherry?
Good evening. We currently have 353 students in special education. This is an increase of 14 since my report in November. This does include 24 open referrals, which is an increase of 6 since my last report. The primary school currently has 77 students in special education. There are 12 referrals in process there. The elementary school has 86 students in special education with IEPs with 5 referrals. The middle school has 76 students with 4 referrals, and the high school currently has 114 students with 4 referrals in process. We have 14 students who continue to be in out-of-district placements at special purpose schools for day treatment programming, 2 at the primary level, 3 at the elementary, 4 middle school, and 5 high school. This continues to be the same as my previous report. Our current openings, we have 3 Ed Tech 1 positions open at the high school. As you know from earlier, we have 1 teacher position at the primary school and 1 teacher position at the high school. We have received an application for the high school position, and we anticipate one for the primary school position. We have started communication regarding incoming students from CDS, ages 4 and 5, who have IEPs already in place. Beginning in February, we'll be participating in ongoing training to provide special education services to 4-year-olds beginning in the fall. We'll be scheduling transition IEP meetings for the first 2 weeks in May. Our anticipated student counts, incoming kindergarten students age 5 is 20. We usually have 12, so 20 is big. And incoming pre-K students age 4 is 9 at this point in time. And finally, a special thank you to the AMVETs for providing opportunities for students in our functional life skills programs. They provided a holiday dance for our middle school and high school students in December. And tomorrow, 41 students in grades 3 through 12, supported by 21 staff members, will be attending Special Olympics bowling activities, followed by lunch at the AMVETs post. There are 2 more bowling events scheduled, one in March and one in April, along with a Valentine's dance in February. Also, thank you to Norma for coordinating all this transportation for these events. It sounds with the numbers like 2 buses should be enough, but when you're transporting 6 wheelchairs and taking into account medical needs for some students, there's a great deal of planning and coordination with 3 different case managers to make things happen. So it's a lot of work there.
Questions for Sherry? Thank you. Laura, do you want to say something about the Marsha Louis Brown Scholarship?
No? Looks like a no.
And they're due when? January 19th. Okay. Thank you. Phoebe?
And just a heads up for those applying, because I've been on the scholarship committee for quite some time. Please, when you're looking at that scholarship, make sure you're going through the checkbox. We've had to throw out applications for not filling out appropriate information or leaving certain areas blank. If you don't fill it out, you don't qualify, and even if you write the most fantastic essay that's ever existed, if you don't meet those criteria, we can't do it. So please, when you fill it out appropriately, do a checklist, double check it, have someone you care about look at that list. We want to be able to give that scholarship to the most deserving person, but we have to make sure you're filling out that checklist appropriately. Thank you.
And am I correct, Laura? It's 2 $1,000 scholarships? Elaine?
Can we ensure that that gets on the RSU 73 website and/or out on our social media to let more people know who may have missed it at home or notices, or you know how that stuff gets lost? Thanks.
Okay. I've been involved in a number of negotiations. Nothing very much new on the lawsuit, other than we have been served. We had till January 23rd to answer, but it's kind of in a waiting period right at this point. So, nothing else on that. Okay, Bailey Brothers proposal for the bus and vehicle service agreement.
In your packet, you'll see the 3-year bid. You can stand up, Norma, if you want. They were the only ones that put in a bid. They've done an excellent job for us over the years. This first year of this new bid does jump up quite a bit, but even with it jumping up the way it does, it's still way cheaper than going anywhere else for the service. It's also convenient that it's right in town, so we don't have to bring buses out of town that are broken down or struggling. We can do it right here. They have someone working pretty much full-time on our buses. They've had excellent service, so we're looking for approval for a 3-year bid. It was $70, right, Norma? This we're dealing with now. So that first year jumps up to 80, which is like a 14% increase. But after that, it's 2 years in a row of small increases. For what's out there, for what it would normally cost per hour, it's a good deal. It's a win-win for the town and the business. So.
I'll
I got a question.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the 3-year bid from Bailey Brothers.
So moved.
Discussion.
Do you mind? I think that the hourly rate is nothing to be, it's fantastic. I take my vehicle to a dealership for a private vehicle, it's $190 an hour, so I feel like we're getting away with something. But anyways, that's good. My question was just on this, are we gonna buy this extra year that Chad would like, or? It belongs to us. Right, yeah, I saw that. Okay. Do we know what that stuff costs? Or is that just comes out of your budget anyway? Okay. All right. Good. I like Chad. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. You have your pink sheet with new hires, transfers, resignations, retirements. Martin Luther King Day is the 19th. The next regular meeting is January 22nd. Finance meeting prior to. And I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor? Thank you, everyone.